Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Brent.
I'm Jeremy.
Together, we are the CAPP Show. You can catch us live every Sunday at 4 p.m. East on Brime at brime.tv/the CAPP Show. We are on most social media platforms such as Rumble and Twitter. Please check out please check out our link tree for all of our social links. Welcome, everyone. Sorry about that.
You good, man? Welcome.
Oh, how's
How you doing,
everything
man?
going?
Doing all right?
Better.
Better. Well, that's good.
Yeah, a little sore. Had that attack today, or last night, but we're good. No. How was your week?
Week wasn't too bad.
No, good.
Kind of tiring. I mean, it was just ugh. I don't know. And
One of those
tired.
weeks.
So today we're going to talk about how about you? Actually, before I get to that, how about you? How was your week?
Yeah, it was good. Didn't do too much other than went fixed my brother's son's computer, fixed his roof. Other than that, a little bit of yard work and gardening. That's all. Yeah, it was relaxing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's good to hear. So today we're going to talk about the U.S. Space Force. So I know that
I'm
there's been a
excited.
lot of different misconceptions and stuff, and we're going to talk about some of the history. We're going to talk about what it means and why it is there. But before we get to that, Brent is going to go over some new game announcements and stuff. He and I were talking a little bit before the show about new game announcements that are coming out because this is the announcement season. So they had
Yes,
a big show today that I did not catch, but
I
I
did
know
not
he's got
either.
some that he wants to point out. So sorry, go ahead. I
But
didn't mean to
yeah,
cut you off.
no, that's fine. Just a couple that I wanted to go over. Um, One is called Nightingale. Um, and I'll share the trailer real quick here. 'Cause it is just go here and we'll make you full. There we go. See if we can let me know if you can hear this. Can you hear that?
No, I cannot.
Oh, well, that sucks. I apologize. You guys can't hear that. I do not know why. Let me see here. Let's see. Still nothing?
Nope.
Okay. Well, I apologize, guys. Apparently that is not going to work today. Well, so this game, let me as he's playing as I play the trailer across, I'll explain to you what's happening here. So this is a survival type game. It's it's a shared world survival crafting game. Um, it's set in this fantasy world. Um, this is. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm just a little flustered because the audio sets me a bit. But it's building, it's crafting. They go into how this works. So you're stranded in a world, and all these cards that he's showing, you craft those to get to other realms. So you have to
Interesting.
activate portals. Yeah.
Very interesting.
So each one of these cards, they have all these different properties. So each one has a modifier to it. So it's kind of like, I don't know if people ever played Minecraft, but there was what do you want to call them? DLC content, like not DLC, but mod packs. Sorry.
Mod packs. Yeah.
Yeah, and there was ones there was different portals and stuff that you can go through, and you collect these little square things, and you can make whatever you wanted. So you could have like ore rich environments, and that's the same premise with this. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, types of creatures, weather patterns, yeah, and resources, right? So you can combine multiple. So it's almost an infinite amount, which is pretty neat,
Yeah,
right?
that is.
But so you can also control the realm as you're playing through it. So there's a lot to it. I suggest everybody go check this out because it's how I'm explaining to you. The trailer does wonders better.
So is it, I mean, is this one of the games that you're really, really looking forward to?
I am. I definitely will be purchasing this, I think.
Nice.
It seems like, yeah, kind of like Minecraft with like 7 Days to Die building, a whole, yeah, because
Okay.
you can upgrade, yeah, that kind of thing, right? So,
Hmm.
um, yeah, I'm really excited about this one.
That looks
So
interesting. I'll have to check that
there's
one
an
out.
there's another one that Warhammer looked pretty decent. This isn't the game. This isn't the trailer I wanted to show. Sorry. So I'm gonna skip this one, but I want Minecraft. This
Try
one
and
here.
show when you share, try and share just the
Yep.
tab. See if it'll let you just share the tab.
Okay, let me see. It wouldn't.
Sometimes that'll
Right.
pump the sound through as well.
Here we go. See if this one will work.
Yes.
Oh, fudge. Okay. Never mind. There we go. Thank you.
And the creators of Minecraft, huh?
Hold great power. They are the dreams we weave into our shared story.
This is just a quick 2-minute.
Some legends tell of peace and the beauty of simplicity.
And yes, this is what I'm looking forward to as
Oh,
well.
I think I saw this.
Some tell of danger.
Or maybe not.
And the end of all things. But the legends we hold dearest are legends of hope, of creativity, and of bravery.
I'm probably gonna get this game too.
And friendships that change the world forever. This is the legend of a united overworld. United by you.
So what it looks like, so this is coming in 2023. So what it looks like to me is they've taken the Minecraft dungeon
Yep.
and brought it to the overworld. That same graphics design, right? As opposed to
Yeah.
the standard Minecraft. I thought that one looked pretty cool.
It almost looks MMO-ish.
Yeah, a little bit. It really does. Do you want me to start that
Yeah, go ahead and play the Nightingale one.
Yeah. Let me do that. So that was me screwing up. My bad, guy.
Yeah, for those of you that are listening, we'll put the links to the videos in the description below or
Yes.
where we got all these.
So we'll play this one out here.
Ever since the day the portal network collapsed, stranding us in these realms, we have searched for a way home.
Hello, I'm Aaron Flynn, CEO of Inflection Games. the developer of Nightingale, a shared world survival crafting game set in a rich, gas lamp fantasy universe. You may have seen our latest gameplay trailer during Summer Game Fest Live this week. In that footage, we revealed the Realm Card system, a key mechanic in our game that allows players to access the Portal network and explore the magical Fey realms. We wanted to take this opportunity today to walk you through how the system works in a little bit more. As a Realm Walker, stranded in a mysterious and deadly new world, the Realm Cards are a way to access other realms. Players craft Realm Cards using magical materials they find in the environment, and those cards are then used to activate portals, which will then connect you to one of the many possible realms that exist in the Fey universe. Each card has different properties, like modifiers, that determine different elements of the realm that players connect to, whether that's new environments, the types of creatures, weather patterns, or how rich in a particular resource a realm might be. Players can combine multiple cards, expanding the possibilities of each new destination. In creating the Realm Card system, we not only wanted to offer a way for players to discover everything that the realms have to offer, but also empower players with the ability to influence and control the nature of the realms that they explore. This, paired with a sophisticated procedural generation system, makes the possibilities for adventure across the Fey realms almost limitless. We
Wow.
love the choice this offers players, and no shortage of combinations to experiment with and learn. Will you find a realm overrun with dangerous creatures? Or a tranquil place where you can catch your breath? Will it be filled with abundant natural resources? Or will it be dark and battered by storms where a lantern is your only source of light? We're so excited to see how players explore all the possibilities that Realm Cards have to offer, and what incredible new destinations they may unlock on their journey. We hope this becomes a gateway for players to discover endless adventures within the world of Nightingale. Thank you for your time. For more information on Realm Cards, head to playnightingale.com.
Wow.
Yeah. Like I say, I couldn't do justice to it.
Think but this, and all is mended.
Wow.
Yeah,
That looks really cool.
it does. It does. That's kind of why I wanted to bring that one up. That looked like something you might even enjoy.
Wow. That's really cool, man.
Those were really the only ones that I kind of liked. Everything else was like meh.
Yeah, I haven't really watched any. I know Xbox and Bethesda did theirs earlier today.
Yeah.
Which I actually forgot that they were doing it today. So I didn't watch any of it, but I did see that they finally showed gameplay of Starfield. And
Oh.
Starfield is one that I've been waiting on for a while since they first announced it, because when they announced it, all they said was it's a new IP. That's all they said. And
Interesting.
they didn't show anything. I mean, they literally showed nothing on the game. Starfield announcement here. I'll show you what they showed when they announced it.
Okay.
So let me
Yeah,
share
I'm
this.
curious. Pardon
This
me.
is what they showed.
Well then. All right.
That's literally all they showed. I was like, what?
Yeah. I mean, definitely leave them wanting more, but give them
Well,
something.
And then about a year ago, they released this one.
We have you on scanners. Performing remote systems check. Helium-3 tanks checked. Seals are intact. We are still go.
They say, the wonder is, not that the field of stars is so vast, but that we have measured it. You're part of Constellation now. Part of our family. What you've found, it's the key to unlocking everything.
We reach your constellation.
This is all we've been working towards.
Jemison route looks good.
We've come to the beginning of humanity's final journey.
Prepare for departure. Graviton loop array full check. Your space lane is clear.
That's why we're here.
Main engines go. Ignition.
To discover what's out there.
Good luck, Constellation. You are go for launch.
Huh.
That is literally it.
And then a full year later, they released the other one.
Today, they released actual gameplay footage.
Oh.
So this is brand new stuff. Some of you may not have ever seen this before. I have not watched it start to stop. It's 15 minutes long. We're not going to watch the whole thing. I'm going to skip around in through it. But this will give you guys an idea of what the game is and what it's like.
Input. Plotting jump course. Guidance has converged. We're looking good. Allocating auxiliary reactor power. System checks are green across the board. Ground jump commencing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's hard to express how excited all of us at Bethesda are to be here with you today. We're so grateful on the mysterious moon of Crete.
I'll put a link to the video in the description for everybody to be able to watch this. Solar date, May 7th, 2330. $300 years from now. Looks amazing.
That looks really cool.
Oh, look. This is in-game footage.
Holy crap.
According to the scanners, the abandoned research facility is in this direction.
Okay, so this piece, this little survey thing, that's No Man's Sky-esque. The little creatures walking around. Just a creature. more survey. Oh, look, mining. So you got gathering.
Hey, that kind of reminds me of Grav.
That reminds me of No Man's Sky, and well, a cross between No Man's Sky and probably Subnautica.
Did you ever play Grav?
It would
No, I
appear
didn't.
that pirates of the Crimson Fleet
It
are
died
using
pretty quick.
the facility.
So we got different guns. The lighting is beautiful.
Hold them off here while Rogan sets up on the roof. No one's getting through.
Got some pirates here.
There you are.
All right, so we got some action, all out style.
Fire!
Yeah, we got some all out action here.
I like it.
So now he's doing lock picking. Right? We'll jump around.
What's out there?
Peacekeepers. We protect the people of the Free Star Collective.
The people. We
When you
talking
sign up
to
with the
some
Crimson
characters.
Fleet, no one quits. The only way out is death.
From engines to shields to weapon systems, because yes, you can fly it.
There you go.
Thrusters of
If you're wondering, yes, you can fly the ship.
All right, that's cool.
And now you're in space.
Wow.
So it doesn't look like, now this is just based on what I've seen here, it doesn't look like you can do seamlessly like you can in No Man's Sky or in like Elite Dangerous.
Oh, okay.
You know, when you go to land on a planet or take off from a planet. But
Right.
that's just an assumption. It may be just too long for them to show.
So you're thinking more like a cutscene than...
Yeah.
Okay.
The space combat looks really cool. That kind of reminds me of Elite Dangerous space combat. Different types of ships. This game looks amazing.
Wow.
And that's all I'm going to show there. Starfield.
Wow. Yeah, that looks pretty good.
It was originally scheduled to come out this year, November 11th, 2022. They pushed it back to 23 now.
Okay.
Now they're saying early 2023. But I thought that was that's one of the ones that I'm excited for.
That looks freaking amazing. Honestly. Yeah, I may have to pick that one up too.
You have to.
Yeah. I still gotta try No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky is pretty awesome. I love that game.
Yeah. I was noticing I do have it.
Got a lot of hours into that one. I've been playing EverQuest right now. Kind of got that bug again and started playing on a lock progression server. Time lock progression server. So we've been in classic for the past couple of weeks. So
interesting.
Yeah. Some good games coming. And I believe that there's more announcements supposed to happen this week. I'm not really sure. I'll have to do some looking into that.
You have to look into that.
But yeah, so leave a comment. Let us know what games you're looking forward to. I mean, there's lots of new stuff coming out. Let us know. We're curious to hear what you guys have to say. So,
I mean,
our next thing we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about the United States Space Force. For those of you out there that just started laughing, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it actually is a real thing. So what I hold in my hands here, and I'm not gonna show all of it. I'll show part of it. This is an official letter, because it's got my name and stuff on it, my full name. But what this is a memorandum notification to me, and I'll read this to you. Let me get my eyeballs because I can't read without some spectacles on. All right, your position has been identified as having a function that will transfer to United States Space Force. The function will cease being performed by my current command and begin being performed by U.S. Space Force on 14 August 2022. Therefore, you have a right to transfer with your function to U.S. Space Force. Upon transfer, your duties, title, pay plan, series, grade, band, and location will remain the same. There will be no change to your salary or local market supplement. Here's where it gets fun. If you decline to transfer, you will not be entitled to registration within the DoD PPP. I think that's protective employee stuff. Severance pay or discontinued service retirement. Basically, I would lose everything.
Wow.
And they would let me go. Further, you may be separated from the federal service under the adverse action procedures. Adverse action procedures, which means they could strip everything from me.
Oof.
On or after
like
14 August.
Dismissal.
Yeah, so it's more of you're transferring whether you want to or not.
Yeah.
So
wow.
And I will show you this.
Congratulations on the transfer.
It says, I accept the transfer. So I accepted it. And
Sweet.
as of 14 August 2022, I would be part of the United States Space Force. Instead of the U.S. Army.
Wow.
So, what is the Space Force? Brent, what do you think the Space Force is?
I honestly haven't really delved too much into it. My understanding, my presumption of it would be basically to monitor the traffic that's up there, because it's international territory, right? Nobody owns it, theoretically. But
True.
because you don't want to have China sending up a whole bunch of lasers or whatever, or satellites, to monitor for safety. I'm assuming there's a safety net of some sorts that is needing to be protected, which is the satellites and everything else.
Yep.
Right? It's to stop sabotage and shit. As well. I mean,
not really to stop anything. I mean, there's really not much we can do from the ground, right?
I guess to monitor it.
So it's more of a monitoring. So I'll read you the mission statement. United States Space Force Act codified the Space Force as an organized, trained, and equipped to provide freedom of operation for the United States in, from, and to space, and provide prompt and sustained space operations, with its stated duties enumerated as to protect the interests of the United States in space, deter aggression in, from, and to space, and conduct space operations. That's basically what it is. So basically all of the military stuff that has to deal with space across all services are being consolidated into one service called the U.S. Space Force. So like the majority now there's still that now there still will be small little pieces that are in the other services that they will still use and they will still do. Just like when the Air Force was created in September 1947, they took over all of air power for the entire U.S. DoD, right? But we all know the Navy, the Army, and the Marines all have aircraft, whether it be rotary wing or fixed wing. They still have aircraft, right?
Right.
But the majority of everything is run by the Air Force. Same is going to be with space. Every service is going to have its small little pieces of space that they do for either their acquisitions or their just their mission overall, so they can define those pieces that they need for that service. But they'll get everything from the Space Force.
Gotcha. So what does that change, like from your position now, right?
So my position now, I just changed from a Department of the Army civilian to a Department of the Air Force civilian. It's still working for the DoD overall.
Right.
I just changed the parent service that I work for.
Okay.
My mission remains the same.
So you still work on the same
systems,
same
everything.
Okay. Is
Yep.
this now, does this create less red tape, or does it lead to more red tape for you?
Don't know yet.
Okay.
Don't know yet, because there are some pieces that I'm not going to get into that are more logistics and administrative.
Oh, okay.
That are impacted for me that I have to deal with. But overall, the main focus of the mission will not change. That'll stay the same.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well,
I still do my job just like I do now.
Perfect.
So it'll just change some administrative pieces. And when my ID card that I have expires in, when is it going to expire? October of 2024, I'll get a new one and it'll say Department of the Air Force Civilian.
Oh.
Or it'll say Space Force. I think it'll say Space Force, actually. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
That is cool.
So I wanted to, that's kind of part of what I wanted to talk about. One of the things that the biggest thing that I heard from people when the Space Force came, they're making a joke. This is not real. Well, it's very real. Absolutely very real. And then I saw people were complaining when they announced their logo. When they showed their logo, everybody's like, oh my God, I can't believe that they ripped off Star Trek. It's like, really? Really? And where do you get that from? You know? I mean, that's the logo. Oh, excuse me. And everybody's like, oh my God, it looks like Star Trek. You guys ripped off Star Trek. You guys ripped off Star Trek. Well, no. Actually, Star Trek ripped off the Air Force Space Command. So Air Force Space Command back in the I want to say the early 1960s, before Star Trek was even a thing, came up with that logo.
Interesting.
So they had, let me see, I'm trying to find it. Here we go. Here we go. If you look at this logo right here, Air Force Space Command. Now it says here that is established in 1982, right? However, this emblem has meaning before then. So it was actually developed in the early 1940s. Let me see. I had an article up. Okay. Yeah. So this article that I got this. It's from The Verge. I'm not a big fan of The Verge, but what I found. So points out that the shape has been used by space organizations as far back as 1961. Star Trek wasn't a thing until 1966.
There you go.
So what are the elements? The star in the middle is meant to symbolize Polaris, otherwise known as the North Star, the core values and the guiding light for the organization. The two spires are meant to look like a rocket launch, while the four beveled emblems on the bottom represent the four armed surfaces supporting the space mission. Right there. Around the edge, there's a silver border signifying defense and protection. And the black background is obviously for space.
I like it. It's nice and clean.
Yep. That's what the logo is. And that's what it means, and that's what it stands for.
Yeah, that's clean. I like that.
Yep. So that's been around a long time.
Then I have to ask. So because we're coming into this era now of civilian space travel, right?
Mm-hmm.
How does that affect space? Like, is Space Force going to have anything to do with them, like protecting them as travelers? Say, like Elon Musk wants to go up, or are they just kind of like, nope, free game? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. There's got to be some kind of checks and balances because we do have satellites orbiting the planet.
Yeah,
by nations all over the world. At varying altitudes, anywhere from low Earth orbit, medium Earth orbit, high Earth orbit, and geosynchronous orbit. So there are lots of different things out there that people need to consider, and all of these different companies, organizations, are taking that into account, right? So they're coordinating with U.S. military and the U.S. space to verify those. Plus, they have to coordinate through international boundaries as well, because airspace, a country's airspace goes from, I think it's like 110 to 100 feet off the ground to the stratosphere or higher. So,
yeah.
So, I don't fully know all the ins and outs of how that works and how that's going to be, how it's handled. But yeah, that's
just curious.
That's kind of the basis of it. So, I mean, it's like so every satellite that's up there, like in the geo arc, that's what we call geosynchronous orbit. Every communications satellite up there has to go through a vetting process, and they can't just park a satellite anywhere they want to and start using a slot, because so it's broken down across from the 0 degrees longitude. Yeah, 0 degrees longitude, which is the equator, right? And all the way around the planet has got a point. There are different degrees all the way around the planet, right? 360 degrees. And at every single point and all subpoints in between, so like every 1/10 of a degree, I think, is accounted for all the way around the planet. So if we put a satellite at 22.3, someone could come in at 22.5 and put another one. But we have to coordinate that, because if they're operating the same frequencies, you're going to have interference. Because from the ground, when you look up at 22.3 and 22.5, you don't change. You don't move.
No, no.
Right? Because that's
Fair enough.
23,000 miles over your head.
Jesus.
So
that's insane.
Yeah, so there's a lot of different things that have to be taken account for, and that's why we have U.S. Space Force, we have U.S. Space Command from a military aspect, and we work hand in hand with commercial vendors all over the U.S. and some around the world to coordinate those things and make sure that we're not interfering with one another. We're playing nice. Even those countries that are being bad, we still try to be nice and play fair to some degree. Now, I can say after Russia decided to invade Ukraine, the U.S. cut off all talks with Russia. So we were supposed to have some more discussions with them for location stuff, and they canceled it. We said, nope, you're done. Nope, not doing it.
Does any other country have such a thing as a space force, if you will?
Not a space force. They have like they have their own organizations and stuff that handle all like their communications and stuff like that. And then there's some of the others that actually do launch satellites and launch other things.
So
they've got their own kind of little agencies.
Oh, okay, but nothing like the Space Force, right?
I do not believe so. I think this is the first of its kind.
Do you know why that would be? Like, would they ever necessarily need it? You think?
I think that they might. Seeing as the U.S. kind of leads the way in a lot of this stuff, whether good or bad or indifferent, it doesn't matter. We still do lead the way on a lot of things. I would say eventually they will. But then again, they may not. Because we are still signing agreements with other countries around the world to utilize our communications constellations. We just signed another one last week.
Oh, wow.
Actually, 2 more.
No kidding.
So the UK and Belgium came into the fold. So that might mean some trips to the UK for me. I hope so. I really want to go to England so bad.
Oh, that'd be all right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So for any of you viewers and listeners out there, if you're in the UK and I'm headed that way, I will make sure that I announce it on the podcast so you guys know I'm coming.
Yeah, that'd be a great trip.
Yeah. So yeah, that's part of it. Now, another one of there's a big. I heard this after the Space Force was brought into service, because it was brought into service during President Trump's time in office. And he's the one that kind of pushed it, said, we need a Space Force, we need a Space Force, we need a Space Force. And there's so many people that were like, I can't believe we're spending all this money on a Space Force. I can't believe this. He's just being reckless and blah, 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 blah. I mean, all the freaking typical bullshit that people were spouting. But what they don't understand is actually, the Space Force was first thought of, let me see, it was first brought up by, where was it? First discussion of creating a military space service occurred in 1958. 1958.
Damn.
Let that sink in. And then it was also considered again in 1982 by President Ronald Reagan. See?
Yeah.
I mean, this is not something that was just on a whim by what people are calling a crazy man in office. That's not exactly how this works. And I saw something, and I can't find it, but I did see before the Space Force was activated. I did see that this was also mentioned in the early 90s by Secretary of Defense William Cohen, who mentioned the need for a U.S. Space Force or Space Corps, some kind of space-oriented
No kidding.
organization.
I mean,
So-
it makes sense.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, we are moving, in the advancement as a species. Where else can we go? Right? We've
Yeah.
pretty much explored now. We haven't explored every nook and cranny on the planet. I know that because there's some that we just don't have the tech to get there. Like the bottom of the Mariana Trench, which actually I think we did get there. I do think we did get to the bottom of the Mariana Trench, which is the deepest point on Earth. But there's still, I mean, they just got there. I don't think they know everything that's there, right?
No, God, did not a chance in hell. I mean, they're still finding caves underground with their own ecosystems, their own.
Yes.
Fucking mind blowing. Sorry, but it's
Exactly. No,
crazy.
that's true. Right. So
It's crazy.
being, exploring and doing things has been one of mankind's greatest achievements. Exploring new things, new worlds, that's a Star Trek thing. It's more of a new, just anything that's, exploring the unknown, right? And right now, what is the biggest unknown that we have? Space. Outside the planet is the biggest unknown that we have.
Yep.
People can argue that we have a lot of knowledge about space. Sure, I agree with that. But
do we though? I mean, think about it.
Well,
You got people like
yes,
us today still don't know nearly as much as the Egyptians did.
No, I think you're right.
We sure, technologically we've advanced here, but they weren't focused on here. They were focused out there.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that could be why they died so young.
Could be.
I mean,
could be.
could be a lot of
And I
different
kind of
things, right?
misspoke. What I meant to say, and it's what I get for getting not focusing on what I'm saying sometimes. We think we know a lot about space. We think we know quite a bit about space, but in fact, we know very, 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 very little. We don't know nearly. I think so. Here, let me put this into perspective. Go to a beach. Pick up 1 grain of sand. That 1 grain of sand is how much we know about space. The beach is space. That's it. We know that 1 grain. Everything else, we're like, what the fuck is all this? We have no
Probably
idea.
Probably no less.
Maybe
than that
even
one
less.
grain.
Yep.
If you think, because, I mean, yeah. It's infinitesimal. Wow. English today is bad.
It is. You're fine, dude.
You guys know what I mean.
It is really, really big. It's a big deal. There's a lot of stuff out there that we don't know. And I think, well, I mean, venturing off into space and exploring, expanding our horizons, so to speak, to space is, that's our next point forward as a species.
Yeah.
That is what it is.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah. So I'm excited. It's going to be a great,
I'm excited for you.
excuse me. It's going to be a great transition.
So does this mean you still are entertaining the move, or?
I am. Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Yes. More so now?
No.
No.
No more, no less.
Okay. Just curious.
Yeah.
Same area though? I've been looking
Florida.
at homes up there.
Just Florida in general. That's one of the things that I'm looking at. I'm weighing. We've talked about, if I now keep in mind, this is a couple years down the road, maybe more before we actually do anything. But yeah. So
yeah. Interesting though.
It'll be neat. It'll be a good time.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's really all that we had for our show today, guys. We wanted to talk about some games. We wanted to talk about Space Force. I'm going to give you guys a little education on Space Force and what it is and what what some of the mission set is.
Thank you.
Yeah. So if you guys got any
definitely know
questions,
more now.
comments, or concerns, please comment below or send us an email. You can reach us through anywhere, Twitter, YouTube, Rumble, Spotify. Everything's listed in the link tree in the description. Those of you watching on a recording or listening on a recording, we'll keep that in the comments below for you to look at. But we always, every show, we always do this. So, Brent always has some wise words for everyone. So, Brent, the floor is yours, sir.
Wise? Maybe. Don't be an asshole unless you deserve it. And be the nicest one you can be. And just remember, receive, reflect, respond. Stop forgetting to reflect on the information you're receiving and just making a judgment right off of what you hear. Thank you, everybody. Jeremy.
Thanks, everybody. I hope you all have a wonderful
Appreciate
week.
you.
We will see you guys next weekend.
Yes.
Yes, we will.
Yes.
All right.
Every
Bye,
Sunday.
everybody. We'll
See you
catch you
guys.
later. All right. Bye here.